After landing in New York without any trouble whatsoever, we meet with the Queen of England's handmaiden who just witnessed the 2005 London bombings. Anyways, after defying the 5th commandment, we meet up with Harvey Weinstein, Shrek III, and Frozone, where we find ourselves stumbling into the Youngling Slayer 9000. The only difference is now he's a 13-year-old and she's still a pedophile. After losing his master in a tragic way, the Scot has become a raging alcoholic, who, like his master the Irish, is going to take the lives of the rich and the drugs from the poor. Anyways, after destroying the Queen's handmaiden's apartment, the Scot and the Youngling Slayer 9000 are tasked with watching the Queen's handmaiden while she sleeps. Little did the perverted Jedi Masters know that Margaret Thatcher would be paying them a visit. After failing his attempt to end it all but then forcefully being pushed out a window by Canada, the Scot and the Youngling Slayer 9000 go on a high-speed chase after Margaret Thatcher. After shooting Margaret Thatcher out of the sky and then injecting heroin into her veins, the Scot decides not to find out who hired Margaret Thatcher, but instead get absolutely wasted.
Yo, Master, I kind of thought Padme was finding them bed sheets earlier, if you know what I'm saying.
Shut up, you dumb twat! I'm gonna go get myself wasted!
After taking a lot of drinks, drugs, and court cases, the Scot finally decides to go find out who hired Margaret Thatcher, but not before mindlessly mowing down pedestrians. After meeting up with Jumba Jakiba, getting wasted, and killing all of the paying customers, we get directions to SeaWorld, then head back to the Jedi Temple to have some more PTSD. After being bullied by Shrek III, we get more directions to SeaWorld, which is housing an endless supply of sweatshop workers. After discovering the Ku Klux Klan Special Forces, we meet up with Blue Boba Fett. After being scammed out of his money, the Scot and the Blue Bucket face off. After Jesus gave the Blue Bucket an unholy pounding, Blue Boba Fett runs away, but not without the Scot in hot pursuit. As the Scot gets into his pizza slice ship, he slowly realizes that Blue Bucket is a terrorist bomber, constantly shooting pipe bombs and threats at our alcoholic Jedi. After following our target to Earth in 30 years, we cut back to the Youngling Slayer 9000 who's having a nightmare about the legality of backhanding children. Realizing that he needs to head back to Egypt in order to escape some legal problems, he heads to the nearest ship, but not before playing with some new toys. The Queen's handmaiden gets some flashbacks to Liam Neeson's Purge after witnessing the Youngling Slayer 9000 commit multiple accounts of aggravated battery. Anyways, after assaulting some random old homeless guy, we find ourselves meeting up with a lawyer, but not before attempting to kill off some old friends and cutting off some loose ends. Anyways, after getting a Skype call from the Scot, we realize that he is in danger, so we once again run away from our legal troubles to go harass the elderly. After landing on Earth in 30 years, the Youngling Slayer 9000, the Queen's handmaiden, a British robot, and a blue trash can all go searching for the raging alcoholic the Scot, but not before collecting an uncopious amount of drugs and having multiple more accounts of aggravated assault. After stumbling upon an illicit drug cartel and another sweatshop, Scooby-Doo and the gang find themselves caught by the Blue Bucket. Meanwhile, back in fake DC, Samuel L. Jackson and Kermit come up with a plan to save the Scot. Now meeting up with Frozone, Megamind, and Mr. Green, we all head to Cheetah Puff, Egypt, where we proceed to have multiple more accounts of aggravated assault.
Halloween all over again, man. I swear to God. Man, those women and children definitely deserve it. Oh, hey, Obi Wan. What's up? How you doing?
Shut up, you dumb twat! Me and the Irish didn't take you away from your slavery to be a little pothead. I've been noticing you smoking your crack and weed around the Jedi Temple. Not to mention that the moment we got back, you started getting all gushy and mushy with the Queen. Did you forget, Anakin? Saturdays are for the boys, but every Saturday you spend it inside of your room on the Queen's OnlyFans. You stupid incel!
Well, at least my master didn't die to a cripple who didn't even have his legs. Most cripples just have broken legs. You didn't even have any at all.
Well, at least the cripple was more useful than you inbred Reddit simping twat!
Frozone and a small army of random homeless people he found on the street invade a nearby execution. After an uncopious amount of game glitches, sweaty button mashing, and chasing, we finally defeat Blue Boba Fett.
Look out!
But before we can leave, we have to chase down Count Chocula, where once again we have an uncopious amount of sweaty button mashing, chasing, and accounts of attempted murder. After failing to defeat the dentist from Willy Wonka, we watch the Youngling Slayer 9000 have an arranged marriage with the Queen's handmaiden and end our story.